Host. Speaking warmly to camera. Hello and welcome back to Mental Strain. Your space for exploring the complexities of the mind and finding paths to better well-being. Do you ever feel like you're constantly running on a hamster wheel? Achieving success after success. Yet underneath it all, there's a persistent hum of worry. A knot of tension that never quite goes away? You might look like you have it all together, ticking all the boxes, but internally, you're battling a storm. If this sounds familiar, you might be experiencing what's known as high-functioning anxiety. It's a term that's gaining more recognition, and for good reason. It describes a specific struggle that many ambitious, driven individuals face, often in silence. Today, we're diving deep into what high-functioning anxiety is, how to recognize its often subtle signs, and most importantly, what you can do to manage it and find genuine peace amidst the pressure. So, what exactly sets high-functioning anxiety apart from other anxiety disorders? Unlike generalized anxiety disorder or panic disorder, which can sometimes be debilitating and visibly interfere with daily life, high-functioning anxiety often wears a mask of success and productivity. People experiencing it are typically high achievers. They excel at work or school, maintain active social lives, and appear perfectly capable, even thriving. On the surface, however, beneath this facade lies a constant state of anxiousness, overthinking, and fear of failure. It's this internal turmoil contrasted with external accomplishment that defines the experience. It's not an official clinical diagnosis in the DSM-5, Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, but it's a widely recognized pattern of behavior and internal experience that significantly impacts mental well-being. The term resonates because it captures the paradox of appearing fine while feeling anything but. This internal struggle often involves relentless perfectionism, a constant need for reassurance, and an underlying fear that if they stop pushing, everything will fall apart. The high level of functioning can actually make it harder to recognize the anxiety or seek help, as individuals might dismiss their feelings, believing they shouldn't be anxious given their achievements, or fear being seen as weak if they admit their struggles. Recognizing high-functioning anxiety can be tricky, both for the person experiencing it and for those around them. Precisely because the functioning part is so prominent, the signs are often internalized or manifest in ways that can be mistaken for positive traits like diligence or ambition. Let's break down some common indicators. Firstly, there's often intense perfectionism, setting impossibly high standards for oneself and being extremely self-critical when those standards aren't met. This isn't just about wanting to do well. It's a deep-seated fear of failure or judgment. Another sign is persistent overthinking and worry. The mind constantly replays past events, analyzes potential future problems, and gets stuck in what-if scenarios. Even when things are going well, this mental chatter can be exhausting. Procrastination, surprisingly, can also be a sign. While it seems counterintuitive for high achievers, the fear of not meeting perfectionistic standards can lead to delaying tasks until the pressure becomes immense, forcing action through adrenaline rather than calm planning. Physical symptoms are common too, though often dismissed or attributed to stress. Think persistent muscle tension, especially in the neck and shoulders, frequent headaches, stomach issues like IBS, fatigue despite appearing energetic, and difficulty sleeping, either falling asleep or staying asleep because the mind won't switch off. There's also often an inability to relax or enjoy downtime. Even during leisure activities, the mind might still be racing, planning, or worrying. Saying no can be incredibly difficult, leading to overcommitment and people-pleasing behaviors driven by a fear of disappointing others. Finally, individuals might rely on nervous habits like nail biting, foot tapping, or skin picking, or engage in excessive busywork to keep the anxiety at bay. They might appear calm externally, but these subtle signs reveal the underlying tension. It's crucial to look beyond the surface achievements and recognize these internal experiences as valid signs of anxiety. Living with high-functioning anxiety is like being an actor playing the role of a perfectly composed individual. While backstage, chaos reigns. The internal experience is one of constant pressure, self-doubt, and a feeling of being an imposter, fearing that at any moment, they'll be found out or fail spectacularly. This internal-external disconnect is exhausting. Energy is constantly expended maintaining the facade of control and competence, leaving little room for genuine rest or vulnerability. The high achievements, rather than bringing satisfaction, often just raise the bar, creating more pressure to maintain or exceed expectations. Success doesn't alleviate the anxiety. It often fuels it. There's a pervasive fear that stopping, slowing down, or showing any sign of weakness will lead to disaster. This can lead to burnout, even while the person continues to push themselves relentlessly. Relationships can also suffer, as the individual might struggle to be fully present, emotionally available, or authentic due to the constant internal battle and fear of judgment. They might isolate themselves to manage the overwhelm or become irritable due to the chronic stress. The internal monologue is often harsh and critical, focusing on perceived flaws and potential failures rather than acknowledging strengths and successes. It's a lonely experience, often compounded by the feeling that no one truly understands the struggle behind the successful exterior. The good news is that high-functioning anxiety is manageable. It doesn't have to be a life sentence of silent struggle. Implementing coping strategies and actively seeking balance can make a significant difference. One powerful tool is mindfulness and grounding techniques. Practicing mindfulness helps you become aware of the racing thoughts and physical tension without judgment, creating space to respond rather than react. Simple grounding exercises, like focusing on your senses, what you can see, hear, touch, smell, taste, can pull you out of anxious thought spirals and back into the present moment. Setting realistic boundaries is also crucial. Learning to say no to excessive commitments and protecting your time and energy isn't selfish. It's essential self-preservation. Challenge the perfectionism by intentionally aiming for good enough rather than perfect, and practice self-compassion when you make mistakes. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend. Regular physical activity is a fantastic anxiety reliever, helping to burn off stress hormones and boost mood. Find an activity you enjoy, whether it's walking, yoga, dancing, or something else entirely. Prioritizing sleep is non-negotiable. Establish a relaxing bedtime routine and aim for consistent sleep patterns. Journaling can also be incredibly beneficial, providing a safe space to untangle thoughts, process emotions, and challenge negative self-talk. Explore relaxation techniques like deep breathing exercises or progressive muscle relaxation. And perhaps most importantly, schedule regular downtime, actual, intentional rest where you're not trying to be productive. Allow yourself to simply be. While self-help strategies are valuable, sometimes professional support is needed to truly address the root causes of high-functioning anxiety and develop effective, long-term coping mechanisms. There is absolutely no shame in seeking help. In fact, it's a sign of strength and self-awareness. Therapies like cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, are highly effective for anxiety. CBT helps you identify and challenge the negative thought patterns and beliefs that fuel anxiety and perfectionism, replacing them with more realistic and balanced perspectives. Acceptance and commitment therapy, ACT, is another helpful approach. focusing on accepting difficult thoughts and feelings without struggle and committing to actions aligned with your values. A therapist can provide personalized strategies, support, and a safe space to explore your experiences without judgment. They can help you understand the underlying fears driving the anxiety and develop healthier ways of managing stress and expectations. Remember, reaching out for support is a proactive step towards reclaiming your peace of mind and living a life that feels as good on the inside as it might look on the outside. Many therapists now offer online therapy, increasing accessibility. High-functioning anxiety is a real and challenging experience, but it doesn't have to define you. By recognizing the signs, understanding the internal struggle, implementing coping strategies, and seeking support when needed, you can learn to manage the pressure and cultivate a greater sense of inner calm and authenticity. Remember, your worth isn't tied to your productivity or your ability to appear perfect. You deserve rest, peace, and the space to be human. What are your experiences with high-functioning anxiety? Do any of these signs resonate with you? Share your thoughts and any coping strategies that have helped you in the comments below. Let's support each other. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to Mental Strain for more content on navigating mental well-being. And hit that notification bell so you don't miss our future discussions. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. And I'll see you in the next video.